toast to my confidence and turn the attitude up to 100%. Big shot, go off, yeah, I'm at it again. Yeah, my sweaty jacket always bringing the magic. I got the top pulled down and my automatic. You know my everyday life may sound dramatic, but when you got it like this, gotta make it a habit. Can't stop loving what I got. Ooh, yeah, it hits the spot. I'm feeling my soul. I'm a 10 out of 9, I'm a diamond mine. When I look in the mirror, can't believe my eyes. That's me. That's me. I'm a real cool cat with my hair slicked back, always keeping it fresh like plastic wrap.
High school basketball returns tonight with our season tip-off from Upper Sandusky, where last year's Northern 10 runners-up welcome in Van Buren for an opening night showcase featuring Grace Walton and the Lady Rams against the Zoe Fruth-led Black Knights. It's live and free girls hoops to kick off your holiday weekend, and it's all coming up next. Welcome to the mountaintop for the BS Media Productions pre-game show. I am Brian Skowronski, going to be keeping you entertained along with these lady basketball players here tonight at Upper Sandusky. Third consecutive season that the Lady Rams and Van Buren will open up with one another. The Black Knights won the first meeting. Rams won last year, so we have got a rubber match on the way here for you guys here tonight. Let's learn a little bit about Van Buren and their squad heading into this season. 17 dubs for them last year. They struggled a little bit on the road, but this is a team that finished just a game behind Liberty Benton in the Blanchard Valley standings, and a team that went all the way to the district championship game a season ago. They've got 3 starters back. Will be missing Cammie Brown tonight, who is expected to play point guard for them when she returns to action at some point this season. But other than that, this is a tall, lanky squad. They've got some outside shooters, and we expect them to put on an offensive show tonight. Led by their senior captain, Zoe Fruth, almost 10 points per game a season ago, 7 rebounds as a junior. She's got great size. I got to stand next to her and have a quick conversation. Solid defender as well is what the scouting report says. So look for Zoe to be an impact performer when she's on the floor tonight. The opponent on the other side of the gym here, Upper Sandusky, and the Lady Rams, winning 18 games last season, also got themselves into a district championship game. After winning just 14 games the season before, they graduated their leading scorer in Cadence Isles and their leading rebounder in Laura Sowers, but they've got a large junior class back. Bailey Fox, the only senior on the team, and this is a squad, when they would get it going last year, we saw them win in bunches. They come out the gates, 7 straight victories last season, and they had a couple of other win streaks along the way to those 18 victories. So this is a Rams team that when they're playing good, they are a force to be reckoned with. And Grace Walton, an absolute spark plug for them. She is our player spotlight tonight. She runs the show on both ends of the court, and you see the picture that we've got displayed there. That's because she was our MVP on multiple occasions just the season ago as a sophomore, double-digit scorer. But she fills up the stat column all over the place. The leading assist lady on the squad last year, the most steals as well. And Grace expected to be a big-time performer this season, along with the junior class, who I said is just absolutely loaded. I spoke with their head coach, Jerry Vent, just about 5 minutes ago about this team, expectations, and what it all means for the new season.
I am hanging out with Jerry Vent, home opener here tonight on Thanksgiving Eve. So in the spirit of the holiday, first off, how grateful are you just to have basketball back in your life?
It's awesome to be back in the gym and get game one started. It's, you start late October, you get put in a lot of practices and scrimmages, but there's nothing like tipping it off that first weekend. So we're excited to get it going tonight for sure. Thankful for the opportunity.
Since 2020, progressively more wins each season. Tell me about the program just taking strides and getting to that next level.
Yeah, I mean, it starts with talent. You have to have some talent in the gym. And, that foundation was laid with some of those teams that maybe we struggled with to get wins. But the leadership that we had in those couple years built the foundation for these young girls as they come into the program, so they know what the expectation is when, not just what we do on the court, but culture-wise. I know that's a word that gets thrown around a lot, but they embrace the idea of what it means to be a Lady Ram basketball player, and that started, year one, but it built throughout those next couple years. And these ladies understand the tradition that we have here and what the expectations are and so forth. So, yeah, I mean, obviously talent helps a little bit, and we got some talent, on our varsity squad this year. So we're excited to get it going. So.
All right, so break it down for me then, Jerry. If you do something well by the end of the night, what might that be that gets you a win?
Yeah, we got to rebound the basketball. We don't have the greatest height in the world, so we just got to be tough. And we have some key words that we use to define toughness within our program. Definitely rebounding is one of them. We don't like to just throw out the word toughness. We want to define what it is. Rebounding is one of those, so we got to make sure we clean up the boards and make sure we limit teams to one shot, because our half-court defense is pretty solid in my opinion. So if we can make teams play 5-on-5 against us and then clean it up, the rebounding part of it, we should have some success this year. So,
all right, looking forward to seeing you guys get it started, man. Thanks a lot, Jerry.
Happy Thanksgiving, everybody.
Thank you.
Appreciate Jerry giving us a couple of minutes of his time here as basketball's back, baby. And I love that he said just how grateful he was to get back into the flow of things. You practice, of course, for about a month and a half heading up into the season. There's all the work that goes in during the summer, so when it gets here, it's just so much fun. So here's my keys to the game tonight. We'll begin with the Black Knights here on the road. I mean, this is a big physical team. I think they just got to utilize their size and experience in the interior, crash that glass, and if you can do that, get some offensive rebounds, the second chance points are going to be available. On the other side, for the Lady Rams, I mean, Jerry kind of broke it down. He said, we're not very big. We got to do some things outside of that to win. Push the ball at your pace and knock down some open threes when they are presented. This is a team that shot 33% from downtown last year. So if you can D up, get out and run, and knock down some trifectas, could be an explosive, fun night for the Lady Rams here at home. As both teams out on the floor are being announced, we'll watch the Lady Rams make their grand entry out onto the floor, and then we will show you the starting lineups for both sides here tonight. So here they are. We'll bring up the starting lineups. Awesome graphic that we've been able to put together this season. Addie Newman, she is kind of that three-point specialist. Walton, we talked about our player spotlight. She's going to be the point guard. Hope Morris tonight, I believe, making her first career start. Ham and Finn Scully got plenty of minutes last year. And then on the other side, Maddie Hudock, Anna Durlot. She's a great shooter. I saw her knock down a bunch of triples in pregame. Fruth, inside-outside presence. Briley Pond, a senior, and then Easton Weimer. Got really hot down the stretch for Van Buren a season ago as a freshman. As we are underway here at what we're calling the Mountaintop. It's our own personal nickname on the OH reports. As we get a head and shoulder fake here from Newman to the cup. Short-armed it just a little bit, and it's one and done. The rebound secured by Anna. Here's Durlot looking inside. Now to the corner. See Weimer working hard down on the block. She's got the size advantage over Ham, but the quickness advantage to Addie Newman as she picks it off. First turnover of the night here for the Black Knights on their opening possession. Rams got him spread out. Just one player down on the block. That's Ham. Newman again looking down in the post. Nothing there. Spin move down the lane. Her second shot. Karams off the rim. And it's going to be secured here by Fruth. Walton shooting in there. Can't pick it off. And the turnaround jumper comes up short, but right back to Mama. Offensive rebound there by Pond. And it'll stay down here at the far end.
Pick it off. And the turnaround jumper comes up short, but right back
just
to
kind of
Mama.
a lucky long rebound right
rebound there by Pond.
Decent job
And
of blocking out by the Lady Rams. Black Knights looking to get into a set here. Their third offensive possession. Working around the perimeter now to Hudock. Inside, tipped away, but right into the hands, and splish splash, the three from Durliot. Big shot there from Anna. Walton thought about pulling the trigger on a deep tray straight away. Now pulls the double team. Off the bounce, Finn Scully, and tipped off the top of the backboard. So Lady Rams will keep it down here at this end. They got a clean look there for Brooke. If you're Coach Venn, probably want her to go ahead and piece that one up. Right back to Walton. Hesitation, Grace to the cup, and that one hops off the rim, but she keeps the possession alive. Offensive rebound here for Walton. Down in the corner, wide open look for Newman. Bottoms up, we're all square at three each. Addie Newman, 42% from downtown a season ago, and off to a great start here. On a wild shot over the top of the rim, air ball. Newman pushing the pace. Durliot picks her up. So they try to bring Walton off the screen. First touchdown on the block here for Ellie Ham. And she's going to get fouled. Foul's going to be assessed to Easton Weimer. As Ham's going to take a seat. First sub of the night here for the Lady Rams. Get our first look at the sophomore Madison Hart into the lineup. They'll ignite the offense into her. Walton off the hesitation. And a foul here, a push will go against Brooklyn Wilkin. Fresh off the bench for Van Buren. Actually, they're going to change the call. And that's going to be on Anna Derliot. Here's Walton from downtown, no bueno. Loose ball secured there. So Wilkin with the rebound. Gets it into the hands of Anna, right back to her. And Zoe Fruth off the drive, just missed that one. Bit too hard off the square. Walton pushing the pace. Had it poked away. Now off the back cut, trying to hook up with Morris, and it's going to be picked off. First turnover of the night for Upper Sandusky. And a 5-second call off the defense played there by Finn Scully. So another turnover for the Black Knights. 4 of them already here in this opening frame. Though we're still square at 3 apiece, each side knocking down a trifecta. As we dip past the midway point here, quarter number 1, opening night of girls high school hoops in the Buckeye State. Plenty of great games going on around the area tonight. We also have coverage going down at Shelby. Lady Whippets taking on Margaretta. Nice move on the block, but the up and under comes up short for Finn Scully and knocked out of bounds. Good looking feed inside and an open shooter in the corner too is Newman. You like the high percentage shot, but it's also pretty high percentage when you've got Addie out on the perimeter. Black Knights able to break the press easily. Clean look inside, no defense, and Walton with the swat. Grace Walton, listed at 5'2", pulls out the fly swatter. Here she is, back step 3, forget about it. Gorgeous sequence from Grace Walton from end to end. 6-3 now the count. Van Buren looking for an answer. Anna off the bounce, lost the handle, tied up down low, and jump ball is the call. Sneaky quick hands that time from Finn Scully. Off the dribble drive, this is Kayla Fisher who just checked in. And we're going to get a push. Foul's going to go against Bailey Fox, also getting her first action of the night. Lone senior on the roster this year. Predominantly, Upper Sandusky's unit made up of juniors. All 5 of the starters are in the 11th grade, and then they've got a handful of sophomores as well. So for Coach Vent's squad, everybody in the starting lineup going to be back, and the future very bright as they get turnover number 5 here against Van Buren. Ham back onto the floor here for Upper. Do want to be one of the first to wish everybody out there watching live and free a happy Thanksgiving weekend. Glad that we can bring you in to the spirit of the holiday here with some high school hoops. Drop me some comments throughout the course of the night. I'll definitely read them every timeout that we get. Just might be featured in the fan zone as well, as there's an offensive rebound and the stick back from Ellie Ham. Averaged the shade under 2 points and 2 rebounds per game last year. making a big impact on that last possession. 5-point diff, but Fruth cuts it down. Zoe with a nice catch, and she's got the finishing ability when she's in tight like that. Zone look here. Rams dissect it. Clean look. Bailey Fox off the back rim, but another rebound inside from Ellie sets up this. Walton just a bit too strong. Would have been a big one there from Grace. But Anna at the point here as Derliot walks it in between the circles. It's going to be picked up by Finn Scully. Now they get the switch here with Ham. As she knifes her way through, somehow got that one to go through the bottom. Down to a 1-point game. Anna now with 5 points. Newman had to pick up her dribble, so she gets the flash at the high post. Easton was waiting on her. She's able to get the deflection. I mentioned that Weimer played big minutes down the stretch during her freshman season. There she is with the save and bounce. The Hudak on the fly. Van Buren back in front. Boy, what a save. Heads up play. And then Maddie Hudak with the soft touch off the glass. Final 20 seconds here of the opening quarter. See if the Lady Rams try to hold for the final shot. Tough catch, but it's made here by Ham. Upper zipping it around. Tough taking it, falls. Brooke Finn Scully gives Upper a 10-9 lead. It's good if it goes, but it comes up short, and we've got 1 quarter in the books here from the mountaintop. Upper Sandusky leading it 10-9. Second quarter action set to begin here from Upper Sandusky. Lady Rams with the basketball and a 10-9 cushion. Opening night here of Ladies High School hoops. Nearly a turnover for Upper Sandusky. Instead, it's going to turn into free throws for Ellie Ham. Lightning quick on the perimeter was Van Buren there to start things. But Upper able to keep their composure, slinging around, and here's Ellie at the free throw line. Ham last year, 55% from the charity stripe. Sinks her first here. And the 5'9 junior has the second one rim out. Rebound to Weimer. Rams pick up half court man-to-man as Anna turns the corner. Great look. But it's off target there on the shot from Kayla Fisher. Back the other way, Addie Newman wide open. You already know what's going to happen. Big shot there for Addie. And it's the largest lead so far for Upper at 5. Weimer into trouble, but a reach-in is going to go against Upper Sandusky as Hope Morris came down on the double. Caught her on the arm. Finn Scully checking back in here. Madison Hart heading over to the sideline. I think she lost a shoe. So an equipment malfunction there. As that's a great look inside. Easton Weimer, fantastic position. And she's got a couple of free throws on the way in her future. First foul of the game against Addie. Easton can't connect on the first. As Briley Pond and Brooklyn Wilkin both checking back in here for Van Buren. This is our view from the top of the mountaintop here at Upper Sandusky. And we will be here for all 22 regular season home games for the boys and girls this season yet again. So big ups to the Upper Sandusky Athletic Department and their booster club working with us to make this happen. That way Rams fans all over the globe can tune in and keep up with Upper basketball. And the anticipation is that we're going to have great seasons for both the ladies and the gentlemen this year. Talked to Jeff Winslow for a few minutes. He feels like this is going to be a significantly improved team from the last couple of years. Walton looking to reset the offense here, and she'll initiate to Newman. Van Buren still sitting back in that zone. Cross-court pass and offensive foul. Moving screen. I think this is going to be assessed to Bryn Cundiff. It's actually going to go against Ellie Ham. And there it is right there. Great view by the referee, happened right in front of him. A little bit of a push, trying to impede the defender from getting out to close out on Grace Walton. Oh, tip pass, great hands there from Madison Hart. Step through, up and under, comes up just a little short there for Grace. Rebound to Durliot. Solid pass, threading the needle inside. They'll kick it out, no shot. But off the drive, back iron there from Pond. Second chance, not there. Look at the size advantage inside. But it doesn't pay off there for Wilkin as it's tapped away. Walton going to try the right side now. And actually dishes back here to the near side of the court. And these are the openings they've been able to find so far down in the corners. Solid feed. Hoop in the harm on the way here for Madison Hart. The sophomore heading to the free throw line. Looking to cap off this three-point play the old-fashioned way. And that is the first varsity points for Miss Madison Hart. Appeared in 6 games last year, but never scored. So kudos to her. And I'm glad that you can capture that on video and watch it back right here on the OH report, as we're going to get a TO taken by head coach Jaden Tabler of Van Buren. 6-0 the count here in this quarter in favor of Upper Sandusky. That's something cool that we're going to be tracking for you guys during timeouts throughout the course of the season on all of our live streams here on the OH report. And if you are a business owner or a supporter of Upper Sandusky out there watching tonight, we do have sponsorship opportunities still available. If you'd like to jump on board for instant replays, our pregame, halftime, postgame as well, and then commercial slots Big thank you, though, to Quest Federal Credit Union for being our most valuable player sponsor yet again, along with Chris Daris, financial advisor, and Wilson Tire Company for combining to be our scoreboard sponsor for the second straight season. Thank you very much to those sponsors, along with Spherion Mid-Ohio for bringing you guys live and free coverage. As it's one and done there, Cundiff with the run out. And we'll get a kick ball against the Black Knights. So Lady Rams will keep it down here at this end. Walton to trigger, lobs it in. Now Hart with the shovel pass. Walton turns the corner off the runner. That's where she's most deadly. Walton, who averaged 10 points per game last season, halfway there here tonight already. Another turnover. Lady Rams with fast, active hands, but they gift it right back. Finn Scully just could not handle that one. Lady Rams, though, own a 9-5 advantage in the turnover department. And as they're increasing the pressure, things looking a lot more challenging just to get into their offensive set, as it's turnover number 10 now for the Black Knights. Coach Tabler looks, a bit frustrated, of course. Just that they're not in the right positions, it appears, to try to handle that specific scheme that the Lady Rams are throwing at them. Skip pass here, ends up with Cundiff. Defender falls down. Now Walton from the corner, and she buries it. 8 points now for Grace Walton, leading scorer for the entire game, as it's a 12-point lead. And Van Buren lucky that they're going to hang on to the basketball. Second look at that trifecta. Walton last year, 31% from downtown. Made 35 of them. Imagine that total is going to go way up now in her junior campaign. Grace is going to be the featured scorer along with Addie Newman this season. Wild shot there, too hard off the square from Hudak. So it's upper basketball, and it looks like Van Buren's going to settle back in a half-court defensive set. After some discussion, though, the referees deciding that it's Black Knights basketball. So they overturn it, and a chance here for them to try to dig themselves out of this 12-point hole. Anna, back iron, tipped out of bounds, and they'll keep it. So Van Buren, new life yet again on this possession. 4:19 to go here before the half. And Walton sneaks in backside. She'll coast in for an easy layup. Grace into double-figure scoring. She's got more than Van Buren all on her lonesome. Timeout taken by the Black Knights, as it's 13-zip in favor of the Lady Rams here in quarter number 2. What a start for them. And what a start to the Thanksgiving season that we have here on the OH Report. A full helping here of girls high school basketball tonight. And appreciate all the comments coming in through here on the Fan Zone. Keep them coming. Let us know who you're cheering for, where you're watching from, and maybe some of your Thanksgiving traditions. Always enjoy hearing what different families and friends are getting into for their traditional holiday spirits. Tomorrow, got a couple of friends coming by the house. It's been just me and the family the last several years. My family lives in Colorado. My wife's lives in Oklahoma. So we're getting some surprise visitors to come through. And a shout out to OH Report Vice President Jory Hollenbeck, who will be celebrating a birthday tomorrow. Just 4 hours away from that, but I'm sure the celebration already on. I'm sure a cold drink in hand, feet kicked up, and some Hallmark Channel firmly on about 3 different screens. Can never have too many rom-coms this time of year, according to her. Back to action with the Black Knights. Got to find something offensively here. Still sitting on a big fat goose egg, and credit Coach Vent for giving him a different look here. 2-3 zone for Upper Sandusky. Turliot pulls the cork on a 3. Second chance opportunity. Just what they needed. Wilkin inside. But the Rams race back to the other end for Morris. Walton sneaks in there to keep it alive. Kick out to Newman. She splashes her 3rd trifecta of the night. Annie Newman now with 9 points. And I think she's a perfect 3 for 3. So she likes that downtown view. Foul there against Grace Walton. And she went over the top. A little bit too much contact according to the referee. But a 15-point lead here for Upper Sandusky. And for a Van Buren team that went all the way to the district championship game last year, they just graduate 2, but one of them, All-Ohioan Sasha Busey, 16 points per game. You can tell that they're kind of struggling to identify who's going to be the new player that steps up, carry some of that scoring load. This young lady, she's been solid. Just might be Easton Weimer. But she's just a sophomore. And still growing into her own at the varsity level. As mentioned earlier, did get some significant minutes down the stretch for them last year, breaking into the varsity lineup over the last 6 games where she put up 6 points per game off the bench. Now in a starting role and going to be looked at to try to produce some scoring. Though she goes 0 for 2 at the line yet again. Missed all 4 of her attempts so far in this contest. Walton off the handoff, step through. Can't get that one to fall. As Durliat secures the board. Here comes Anna. Switches to the right hand on the run. Too strong, collects her own miss. And she's headed to the free throw line. Durliat last year, over 8 points per game was her average. And now she's in the mix, one of 4 seniors on the roster. Looked at as a leader. And I think by the end of the season, you definitely will see her probably 12 points or more per game. She's got 6 here so far tonight. Half of Van Buren's total output. And she misses the second, so 14-point cushion. Upper trying to add to that, though. And they've had a lot of success against the zone here of late, and they've got some zone busters out on the floor. This, the top dog in that department, no question. Newman, though, chased off of the 3-point stripe. See if they can find her again. Short corner, Finn Scully. Quick pass out of there. And now Walton off the down screen. Sets up a wide open Cundiff. Good look, nice catch. And the foul against Walton. That's going to be the second on Grace. And it looks like Van Buren's found something in freshman Brooklyn Wilkin coming in off the bench. Tallest player listed on either roster, 6 feet. And you see she's got nice soft hands too. Made a couple of tough catches in traffic so far tonight. But her first varsity free throw misfires. Able to split the pair, though. 3 points now for Wilkin. Lady Rams got them doubled up. Using that length, jumping into the passing lane. It'll stay down here, though, with Upper. Walton's going to bring it back up top here for Cundiff. They'll hand off and they'll reset. Got Bradley Pond chasing her around now. Kind of looks like a box and one of some sorts. And they're going to leave a wide open shooter. Scully thinks better of it. Give and go in the swat. Big block shot there for Kayla Fisher. She hits the delete key. And it'll end up with a turnover. Let's check this out one more time. Fabulous defensive effort that time from Kayla. Black Knights to find some momentum, though, offensively. Can they get something rolling here over the last 70 seconds? They can indeed. The freshman showing out. Brooklyn again getting inside. You can tell she's a stud athlete. And the intensity starting to ratchet up down here at the defensive end, too, as they're starting to find a bit more success offensively. Coach Vent's going to pull the trigger on his first timeout. And 6 points now this quarter for the Black Knights. Getting outgunned by 10, though, as the Lady Rams got off to such a hot start. But Brooklyn Wilkin starting to find her stride here. And who knows, maybe Coach Jaden will keep her in to start in the second half. See all the fans up in the stands watching the OH report. Appreciate you guys tuning in and being here in the building tonight. And that's the best way to do it. Gives you the replays. And, well, if you want to listen to me, maybe that's okay. Appreciate all you out there tuning in live and free here on this Thanksgiving Eve. So Upper obviously would be content to take this into the break with an 11-point cushion. Van Buren going to sit in the zone, but now they have to come out a bit more aggressively. And it'll lead to a foul. That's going to be just the third team penalty against Van Buren, and the first against the freshman. Scully looking for somebody. It'll be Walton. Pokes away. There's a foot race here with Pond. She somehow keeps it in bounds. The Hoodock. Walton, though, gets dove on top of. Looking like a dog pile out there on the hardwood. Take a second look on the instant replay. Pond with the unbelievable hustle. Hoodock wasn't able to squeeze it. Grace went down low. And at the end, got hopped on top of by Briley. Lady Rams again with a chance to try to hold for the final shot here of the opening half. On opening night of the girls' high school hoop season. Zip pass now down into the corner. Scully draws a double, sets it up. Nothing but net for Bryn Cundiff as she drops it through the bottom. Off target there for Durliot at the horn, and we are at the break. Impressive first half for Upper Sandusky, putting on a show for the fans here at home as they lead it 29-15. Stick with us as we will have your halftime report on the way. We'll break down some stats, what I saw here through 2 quarters of action, try to get some scores from some other games around the area, get you all set up for quarter number 3. You're watching live and free girls high school hopes exclusively on the OH Report. You are enjoying live and free girls high school basketball thanks to contributions from our generous sponsors, including Quest Federal Credit Union, a full-service financial institution ready to support you, your family, and your goals. Wilson Tire Company. At Wilson Tire, they sell new and used tires and provide tire services to customers in Upper Sandusky. No matter which location you visit, they'll prove that Wilson Tire is the best when it comes to service and alignment. Chris Daris, an Edward Jones financial advisor. Whether you're planning for retirement, saving for college, grandchildren, or just trying to protect the financial future of the ones that you care about most, Chris can develop specific strategies to help you achieve your goals. And by Spherion Mid-Ohio, definitely click on their link down in the description and let them help you build the career that you want or the awesome team you want. They build relationships with you so that you can understand what you need and get it for you fast. And BS Media Productions. If you need a commercial to showcase your business or to promote that you're hiring, BS Media Bros is the most affordable, high-quality production company in North Central Ohio. You can find us on Facebook, and it means that you get to work with me. Sounds great, right? We're going to take one more quick time out. We are going to be right back with your halftime stats, analysis, and more. Stay here. This is the BS Media Productions halftime show at the break here at the Mountaintop. 29-15 is your score in favor of Upper Sandusky. The Lady Rams with a sizzling hot start to the second quarter, able to create some distance in between they and the visiting Van Buren Black Knights. I am Brian Skowronski. I've got some halftime scores from around the area of interest to you guys. In the Northern 10 Conference, Colonel Crawford all over Northmore at the break, 26-10. Eagles are going to be an interesting team this season, I think, to keep an eye on. Marion Pleasant, a 30-point cushion over Bucyrus at the break, 40-10, they lead it. Shelby and Margaretta in the second quarter. Lady Whippets on top, 14-11. I think a lot of folks felt like the Polar Bears were the favorite in that game. More second quarter scores. Mount Vernon leads Ontario 14-11, and Mount Gilead 21-7 on top of Galleon. The Lady Indians a season ago made it all the way to regionals. Let's check in on the stats for this evening. Brought to you by BS Media Productions. And you see the three-point field goals really the biggest difference in my eyes right now. 6 of them knocked down for the Lady Rams, so that is a ton of offense. More than half of their field goals so far, and they've held their own in the rebound department. Van Buren's got, I think, 5 offensive boards here tonight. They've got a few second chance points, but Upper Sandusky's done a decent job of keeping them off of the glass. Neither team shooting it great from the free throw line. Van Buren missed like their first 6 before knocking down a couple before the break, and the Lady Rams just with 1. And you see that the turnover battle definitely tilting certainly in favor of Upper Sandusky, as they have been all over on the perimeter, getting hands in passing lanes. And when they're trying to dump the ball down into the lane, Upper's been all over them. Take a look at our numbers for our 2 player spotlights for tonight. We'll begin with Grace Walton, who averages 10 points per game as a sophomore. She has got 10 points already, knocked down a couple of big-time three-pointers as well. So Grace, I really think as the season progresses, is going to be the top scorer on the team. And then Zoe Fruth, just 1 of 4 from the floor, 2 points for her. You definitely need to get a bit more production out of Zoe if you're going to try to eat away at this big deficit. But it's going to be a great start here for Derliot with a takeaway, the runner. So Van Buren strikes first as they come away with the turnover, and there's Anna again, nearly coming up with another TO. So the lead down to 12. Upper looking for their first shot here of quarter number 3. Just 30 seconds gone by. Walton to the corner for Newman. Hesitation, drives baseline and tied up. Second takeaway here from Derliot. So Van Buren coming out with some aggression to start the second quarter. Tough shot, and the freshman Wilkins does get the nod here to open up on the floor here to start the third. And Coach Jerry Vent's seen enough. 53 seconds was all it took to understand that already the momentum swinging in heavy favor of Van Buren. Be a 30-second timeout. 2-0 the count so far here in this frame. Van Buren was 17 wins a season ago. We're getting beat in the district championship game, 34-28. And say what's up to everybody out there watching live and free. I see your comments. Misty watching from Toledo, always a Ram. Awesome job, Miss Walton, agreed. Brad McCarthy cheering on the Rams, as is Sarah Waynard. Joshua Banks, Gary Leith. Travis Brady just wishing everybody a happy Thanksgiving. He's already began his break. He is back in the Blue Mountain State. I think that's what it's called. Back in the West Virginia Hills. Enjoying some time with his family and a well-deserved night off for Mr. Berardi. Been hard at work here during fall sports season, which is winding down. All that we got left, football, state Final Four. As Wilkins got it poked away, she can't believe that she didn't get a foul. Coach Tabler feels the same way. Walton right in front of the student section. Maybe that gave her a bit too much energy. As she airmailed it, Coach Vent just got called for a tech. We'll run this back here on the replay. So that's a tough break, but you see what Jerry's arguing about. They called that a jump ball on the floor. And the replay, I think, kind of clearly shows that that should be a foul there on Maddie Hudock. The referee's explaining, I'm watching right now, to Jerry that she had long enough limbs to reach around and get a piece of the ball. So we can't tell that from our viewpoint. Maybe he is correct. Anna to the line, swishes them both. And she's the first player in double figures now for Van Buren. And they will get the ball back. So what should have probably been a foul instead turns out to be 2 points here for the Black Knights and an opportunity for more. As Durliet with a nice fake draws, that's crowd. 3 players all converge. Weinert missed it. And this is going to be against Upper Sandusky on the rebound. It's on Hope Morris on the block out. Saw Wilkin was able to get a good chunk of her body. So it ends up with Briley Pond at the line. Briley, not much of a scorer a season ago as a junior. But Coach definitely credited her with being an awesome defensive stud. As Easton tried to use those go-go gadget arms over the top there for the rebound, could not secure it. The lead has shriveled down to single digits. 9-point cushion for the Lady Rams. Looking to add to it. And a foul on the floor will go against Weimer. Close to being a travel inside. Contact came first. And it's the first foul against Van Buren here in this third quarter. Walton, step back 3. Come on. Ram Nation up on their feet. They like that one. A Bakers does it now for Grace. Leads all scores in the contest. Inside Weimer, turns over the left shoulder, nothing but net. Good stuff there. And now the pressure's starting to pick up, but they leave all alone inside a wide open Ellie Ham. Totally got lost behind the defense. 5 points now for Ellie. And more free throws coming up. Brooklyn Wilkin again just outsizing everybody and showing a proclivity to be able to catch in traffic. You love that out of a freshman. Of course, being in her first ever varsity game, first high school game for that matter. Comes up well short, though, with the first offering. And the second one off the front iron as well. Board secured there by Madison Hart. Pushing to the other end, and it's swatted right back at her by Anna. Walton off the screen and bumped. Foul's going to be on Durliot. Subs on both sides here. Bryn Cundiff back into the mix. Also see Pawn back on the floor. Chased out of the corner, ball up for grabs, and it's picked up here by Ashley Dietrich, who just checked in, but right back at you. The season of giving in full swing, and giving a big bump right there is Briley Bond for the foul. As Walton hit the floor. And Grace, I looked at the roster from last season. She was 5'3" as a sophomore, listed at 5'2" this year. So maybe a misprint, or maybe Grace was just wearing bigger shoes last season. Not sure. Got a foul on the floor. It's going to go against Kayla Fisher. And they've already got 4 now. Rams off the inbound, barely do get it in before the 5. Now Finn Scully chased off the line, a lot of body, and the foul's going to go against Durliot. So that's going to put Brooke at the free throw line. Finn Scully with the first of her 2, and no bueno on the first. Hudak back out onto the floor, Fox into the mix. And the second free throw, pure. So Finn Scully makes it a 13-point game. She's got 3 points now. Van Buren with an arid pass. It's tipped. Body's hitting the floor. The tie-up jump ball arrow belongs to Upper Sandusky. And it's a short break for Brooklyn Wilkin. They'll get her right back out onto the floor. Freshman playing big minutes tonight. And Coach Stabler certainly has found a weapon offensively. On the defensive side, too. She has been solid, the freshman. Skip pass for the Rams right in front of the student section. No 3 this time for Newman. Just her second miss from beyond the arc tonight. And now Fisher on the perimeter, almost called for a 5-second violation. Instead, it's going to be a timeout taken here by the Black Knights. 4:02 remaining here in the third quarter.
Timeout, Van Buren, a 30-second timeout.
It'll be a 30-second timeout. as we're working through a couple of technical details here, folks. Hopefully you can still hear my audio just fine, and I will keep you guys up to speed on what's happening in the game. It's going to be Van Buren basketball. They will inbound here to Durliot. A couple of dribbles to the right side. Wanted the handoff, but great defense being secured by Finn Scully. Pushes her back out, almost had another 5-second call. Now she goes left hand down the lane, up and under move, and bailed out. Really, really tough shot. But they're going to hit Brooke with the foul. And it'll send Anna to the line for a couple of free throws. So Anna Durliot at the line here. Looking for point number 11. She'll have a pair of free throws. Swishes the first. As we'll get a sub for the Black Knights, they will check out Ashley Dietrich. And Maddie Hudak replaces her. Hudak made her first career varsity start tonight. Durley out the second free throw, nothing but net again. So 2 for 2 from the stripe that time for Anna. She's got a dozen. And the clock winding, 3:40 to go here in quarter number 3. Black Knights have had kind of a three-quarter court pressure going on, and it's given Upper Sandusky some problems. Rams, though, able to get into their offense. Newman drives left baseline, missed it just a bit short on the up and under. Van Buren back the other way, quick trigger on the three. Won't fall, and Newman with the board. Walton pushing ahead. It's going to be tipped out of bounds by Durliot. And caroming off of the fingertips there of Ellie Ham. So a turnover here for the Lady Rams. And it's going to be Van Buren basketball. 3 minutes remaining here. And dribbles, but move the shoes before the first. Sophomore guard Britt Cundiff back onto the floor here for Upper. And Walton, really shaken up. And she fell on her backside right at midcourt off the foul. And Grace looking to walk it off. Will be team foul number 6, though, against Van Buren. And more importantly, that is the 4th against Durliot. So you imagine that she's going to have to check out, or at least Coach Tabler's trying to make the case that it wasn't on her.
Grace Walton at the line shooting.
Take one more look here at the replay. See if it was indeed on number 13. And definitely I think you can make the case that's probably more contact there on Hudak. So a big loss as Anna heads over to the bench. And the second free throw in and out there for Grace Walton. Still a dozen-point lead here for Upper Sandusky. They're maintaining. It feels like Van Buren kind of has some of the momentum in the run and play, but at the same time, Upper doing what they need to do to keep themselves comfortably out in front. And they force yet another turnover. Some sloppy play at times here from the Black Knights offensively, and it has really cost them. But they get it right back. How about Pond sneaking in there, and she's tripped up on her way to the hoop. 5th foul against the Lady Rams, but it's going to be on the floor. And this, not a bad foul against Upper Sandusky. Well, actually, they're going to call it a shooting foul. I'm not sure how. She definitely was not in the act of shooting. It's not the NBA, so tough call if you're an Upper fan. As Briley able to convert the first. Both of her points so far tonight have come at the charity stripe. And looking to push that number up to 3 as the second one rims out. 2 Rams fighting for possession there, and they'll knock it out of bounds. Ham and Hart both going after the basketball, and it costs them. So a mental error there on Upper Sandusky gives Van Buren another possession as Wyman sneaks it inside. Wilkins short-armed it. Walton with the step back, gets it to Newman. Cross-court pass. Now Grace gets the screen, can't turn the corner. Nice defense there for Fisher walling up. Trifecta on the way, well off target this time for Newman. She's missed her last 3 now. Walton's gonna try a deep one of her own, and this time hits the bottom. 17 points for Grace Walton. Tough shot, left shoulder, right hand there, and it's out of bounds as Weimer missed it. But another great look there at the triple try from Walton. Grace walks it across the timeline now. And they're going to have to force Van Buren to come out and guard here as Easton's sitting back. 3-2 zone look here for the Black Knights, and now they'll have to switch it. Come out, meet man-to-man, looking to get some traps. Walton left hand, step through. Too hard off the square. Now the Knights looking to reset up top here with Briley Pond. Stride for stride, Cundiff with her on the drive. Oh, great pass, threading the needle inside as Dietrich, the recipient of an excellent find from Easton Weimer. Back down to a dozen. As we're sub 30 seconds to go here before we hit fourth quarter action. Gonna get a kick ball. I think Upper Sandusky would have rather just let it roll there, as it kind of ended up right in the hands there of Ellie Ham. Oh, quick fingers, and the breakaway is good here for Dietrich. So the senior making a couple of plays here down the stretch, down to a 10-point game. Walton parts the Red Sea. She missed in tight. And that is good if it goes. Pretty close. We have played 3, folks. Upper Sandusky leads by 10 as we head to money time. Open up money time. Van Buren with the rock. They've closed things down to 10 and looking to trim into the deficit even more. Couple hops off the rim and Pond can't make it sink through, as it's a one and done for them. I am Brian Skowronski here with you on opening night of the girls high school basketball season in the great state of Ohio, and it's been a good battle. Black Knights almost left for dead, and Walton sending another dagger their way as she pushes her point total up to 20 on the night. Grace has been crushing. 4 trifectas for Miss Walton, but how about that spinorama there from Ashley Dietrich? Pretty play from her, and she's got 6. Van Buren holding strong. Upper Sandusky, though, has been able to find a counterpunch for just about every big strike. As Derliet back out onto the floor and called for the kick ball there. We'll see if the Rams are able to attack her. She does have 4 fouls, but it's going to be picked off. Derliet to the rack, left hand, tough shot on the fly, and she is done. 6:47 to go, and she knows no reason to reach in there. So Anna heading over to the bench, top scorer for the club tonight with a dozen. But most importantly, her defense and her ball handling certainly was missed for Van Buren with her on the bench. Little triangle play there. Newman to the rack, tipped right back into her hands though for the offensive rebound. Skip pass over to Addie. And now Walton, a little bit of a crease, sets up Newman. Head and shoulder fake. And was already thinking about the pass before the defense came over her way. Lady Rams will maintain possession though, as Gracie Webster's going to head out onto the floor here for Van Buren. Bradley Pond exits. Oh, what a play. Sets up Newman, but she has been icy in the second half. No triples for her after burying a 3-pack in the first half. Walton with the acceleration, able to tip that out of bounds. So Van Buren's going to have to reset here on the throw-in. They'll do so into the backcourt here with Hudak. All right-handed dribbles. And it's going to be poked away. Three count, now 4. Does just lob it in. Weimer with the catch. Spinning over the left shoulder this time. Bucket and more on the way. Easton Weimer with the and one. Foul number 3 on Gracie Walton. And Weimer now with 4 points. And make it 5 as she splashes that one. And remember, folks, no 1-and-1s in high school basketball anymore. They reset the fouls every quarter. So it's a brand new rule change for the 23-24 season that's still taking me a chance to, it's going to take a couple games before I'm accustomed to this. And I think high school sports fans all over the state probably going to take a little while. Give and go in the lane. Looked like Finscully didn't really have firm possession of it when she went up for the shot. That one takes a hard hop off the iron there for Hudak. And now the Lady Rams with their lead trimmed down to 8. Just over 5 minutes to play, and Walton throws it away. Double dribble, though, by Gracie Webster as she tried to collect it. and start bursting back to the offensive end. So, tough break. It's almost like a white elephant gift there. You want it? Nah, why don't you take it? Newman again, and maybe her confidence is a little bit shook. You don't ever see her pass up wide open looks. She won't here. But you can tell just the stroke not there right now for Addie. Still sitting on those 9 points, which she had about halfway through the second quarter. Timeout taken by Upper Sandusky. And you see the Black Knights, they own a 5-3 cushion here in the frame. But it's all about you, the fans. So we will dive back into the comments here in a moment on both Facebook and YouTube. And again, I want to wish everybody a happy Thanksgiving weekend. It is Thanksgiving Eve tonight. I learned on Monday that if you got like a 20-plus pound turkey, you got to thaw those babies out multiple days in advance. So hopefully you're not one of those guys that still got it in the freezer thinking you're going to be okay tomorrow morning pulling that big birdie out. And Brenda Olive also saying Happy Thanksgiving, Ohio, from our friends in Oklahoma. Aubrey says, let's go Rammies. Jim Clifford, go Lady Rams. Robert Saul, swish it up. Probably talking about Grace Walton tonight. Misty's watching from Toledo. And Brad McCarthy, good luck to the Rams. So as we return to action, just above the midway point here of the fourth. And a foul inside against Van Buren. It's going to go against Kayla Fisher, the senior. Third team foul now on Van Buren. Looks like they're trying to get it back into the hands of Walton. Off the down screen. Tries one again. Grace is unconscious. Second three of the fourth quarter for Grace Walton. Black Knights need an answer. That's not going to help. Offensive foul, Pawn. So Upper Sandusky gets the ball back. Their lead back up to double figures. And nobody's got an answer for Grace Walton. Full court pressure on the way now for the Black Knights. And Newman breaks it easily. As she turns the corner down the lane, cannot buy a bucket. Still no second half points for her as the freshman end-to-end. Little half Euro step in the bucket there for Wilkin. Back down to just a 9-point lead. But Walton straight to the cup, open lane, and she takes full advantage. Timeout taken by Van Buren. The latest couple of points for Grace Walton. Having a phenomenal night. 25 points. Not sure what her career high is, but she's got to be right there in that territory. As you see Ram Nation here in the building tonight. Taking in this unbelievable performance from Grace Walton. Dialing it up from long range multiple times. Boom shakalaka from straight away, and boy, she's been heating up. Clearly on fire now. And the student section very much enjoying what they're seeing here tonight. And Van Buren starting to run out of time here on the road. And they're missing Miss Durliot over on the bench. Fouled out. just over a minute here into the fourth. Huge loss for them. On with a dozen points. And so with 3:51 to play, gonna have to start getting some buckets and some stops if you're Van Buren. Oh, Pond probably got away with a shove there. Created some space. But she bricked it in a rebound to Upper. Lady Rams don't have to be in any kind of hurry offensively. Walton, you can tell clearly he's got a little bounce in her step right now. And Pond's going to pick up the personal. That's going to be the 5th on her. So Briley Pond, well, excuse me, it's an offensive foul and a moving screen. It goes on Madison Hart for that collision right there. Referee determined, still moving there as they enter the point of contact. Tough catch down in the corner, but some toe drag swag there for Ashley Dietrich. But she cannot come up with a catch down low. Oh, great pass up ahead and an easy bucket for Finn Scully, the junior connection. And an assist for Walton. Now Pond has been looking for her shot here in the fourth. Rams up ahead, Finn Scully back-to-back bunnies. Walton with her 2nd consecutive assists and could be the dagger that Upper Sandusky needed to kind of close this thing out, at least put some doubt in the minds of Van Buren, who's very slow to get back on defense. Finn Scully's going to be fouled. Maddie Hudak picks it up. And she will head to the free throw line. Team foul number 5 here on the Black Knights.
Van Buren foul number 12, Maddie Hudak. Brooke Finn Scully at the line.
3rd foul on Hudak. Finn Scully at the free throw line. .67%er last season at the charity stripe as a sophomore for Brooke. And I think that's what makes this Upper Sandusky team so dangerous, is that a big portion of this crew, they're experienced, but they got that experience as sophomores. Some of them even as freshmen were in the varsity lineup.
Substitution for the Black Knights, number 11, Gracie Webster, and number 24, Brooklyn Wilkin.
And actually it's Newman at the free throw line. And the best free throw shooter on the team last season was Addie, 77%. And that latest gets her up into double figures as she's got 10. First points of the second half as well for Addie. In a long discussion about substitutions. So they get it figured out. Hope Morris is going to check in. Addie Hart is done for now. As Addie splits the pair, uncharacteristic for her. 2:20 and rolling here from the mountaintop. Lady Rams looking for a victorious opening night as Walton comes up with the theft. The freshman Willing in traffic lost it. Grace can't pop the top on that one. And they're going to say out of bounds is the call against Van Buren as Dietrich got full possession but had a foot out of bounds. So this rubber match ball game, 3rd year in a row these two teams have met on opening night. Upper Sandusky looking for a 2nd consecutive dub in this matchup. Both teams with phenomenal seasons a year ago, making it to district finals. And it looks like Upper could be en route to make a run back. Gorgeous feed, and Morris with an easy one. As Dietrich gets it down on the block to Wilkin. The freshman's been a nice surprise and something certainly to build on if you're Van Buren. Second leading scorer for the Black Knights tonight. Van Buren's just a little bit late here on these double teams and these traps. They're sending over a second body, but just not really completing. As we're under a minute to go, and a foul's going to be committed on the perimeter by Hudak, sending Bryn Cundiff to the free throw line. Cundiff, just a sophomore. Shot 3 free throws during her freshman year, made 2 of them. That one won't fall. And Grace Walton checking out. Riley McCreary fills in for her. And I don't think there's any question that we're going to catch up with Grace as our Quest Federal Credit Union Most Valuable Player. She lit it up in a variety of ways tonight. My producer says, as hot as Grace's shooting was, she could probably thaw out a whole turkey in 2 days with that high heat she was bringing. Hard to disagree. And you can't disagree with Ram Nation, who believes that they have won, and in 20 seconds, that will be the case. As a hard foul on the perimeter committed by Wilkin will send Morris to the free throw line. Hope looking to pad the stats a little bit here. She's got 2 points so far. Morris did not attempt a free throw last year. Sinks this one. Looking like a vet. Coach Stabler emptying out his bench. Giving some of these younger junior varsity players a chance to get into a varsity game for the last 20 seconds. Dietrich off the drive and a foul here, which is 6.6 ticks. Couple last shout outs to those of you watching live and free, including Robert Saul. Keep swishing it up. Nice win, Rams. Aubrey Wentling just says Grace fire. Patrick filling us in on the new rules. I'm getting acclimated to it tonight. Thank you all for watching and commenting. And it's going to be a happy Thanksgiving feast for the Lady Rams as they win it 56-40 tonight. Moving to 1-0 on the season. We will take a quick commercial break and be back with our BS Media Pros post-game report that will include an interview with our Quest Federal Credit Union Most Valuable Player, Grace Walton. Check back with us here in just a minute for that and more. Big thank you to all of our generous sponsors helping bring you guys live and free coverage of Upper Sandusky basketball all year. And if you would like to be an advertiser on our Lady Rams and Rams live streams, do hit me up, Brian Skowronski, at my email or my phone number below. Big thank you to Quest Federal Credit Union, a full-service financial institution ready to support you, your family, and your goals. Wilson Tire Company. They sell new and used tires and provide tire services to customers in Upper Sandusky. They're in other locations as well, and no matter which one you visit, they'll provide that Wilson Tire Company the very best when it comes to tire service and alignment. BS Media Productions. If you need a commercial to showcase your business or promote that you are hiring, BS Media Pros is the most affordable, high-quality production company in North Central Ohio. You can find them on Facebook. Chris Daris, an Edward Jones financial advisor. Whether you're planning for retirement, saving for college, grandchildren, or just trying to protect the financial futures of the ones that you care about most, Chris can develop specific strategies to help you achieve your goals. And Spherion Mid-Ohio. Let them help you build the career that you want or the awesome team that you want. They build real relationships with you so that they can understand what you need and get it for you fast. We'll be right back with Grace Walton, our MVP.
We return now with our Quest Federal Credit Union Player of the Game. No question about it tonight. Grace Walton, the junior, 25 points, a game high. But more importantly, you get the win on opening night. So talk about the satisfaction of coming out here, first game of the season, and getting a double-digit victory.
Well, today we had our coach brought in Andra Bell, who is a coach that we had like a really long time ago. And she came in and she told us basically if you don't win the first game, then you don't win them all. So that was kind of our way to look at it tonight.
And for you, I think in your junior season, you 10 points per game last year as a sophomore. They're probably looking to you to be that type of playmaker this season. So to come out 25 points in your first game, that's got to feel really nice to you.
Yeah, it does. I mean, like, I can't do it without, like our offense is mainly based on setting screens, and if, we don't get good screens, like our girls just work so hard to set screens and stuff like that, and I can't do it without them.
You were a pretty good shooter last year, but 5 3-pointers here tonight. Is that something that you feel like you've worked on and developed in the offseason?
Yeah, I knew I'd have to step up and shoot more threes this year, so yeah, I mean, coach and shooting and stuff like that, yeah, we definitely worked on it.
And I see you got some fresh new ink on the arm. Tell me about that and what it signifies to you.
Okay, so it says living sacrifice in Greek, and basically it's just from a verse in Romans, and it's basically like living your life, trying to sacrifice yourself for others.
I also saw that in the program last year, listed at 5'3". This year, they got you down an inch at 5'2", Grace.
Not 5'3". That's because they lied. So yeah.
They were just trying to give you a little bit of extra hop. Okay, I understand. So Thanksgiving tomorrow. Tell me about how you spend it and what are the traditions in the Walton household?
Well, I'm actually working tomorrow. I know I get time and a half, so it's cool. But yeah, at my house, we honestly just mostly have with just our immediate family, and I just stay in our pajamas all day, honestly, and then eat some good food.
So not only working it on the court, but working in real life out there on Thanksgiving, getting that time and a half, though, that is nice. Well, if you want to give any thank yous, obviously, now's your chance for the shout-outs.
Shout out to all my teammates and everybody who came and watched, everybody who came and supported us.
All right, Grace Walton, our Quest Federal Credit Union MVP. Return for our BS Media Productions post-game show. I am Brian Skowronski, and what a win for Upper Sandusky tonight as they are able to take down Van Buren here in the first game of the season. And a performance to remember for Grace Walton as well, as she puts up 25 points. I forgot to ask her if that was a career high. Definitely got to be right up there for her. And defensively, too, Upper Sandusky did a lot of nice things, forcing more than 20 turnovers for their opponent here in this one. And they were able to get out on the break and take care of some business in multifacets of the game. So I think that if you're Jerry Vent and the coaching staff for Upper Sandusky, that there's a lot that you can take away from this in the positive, that you can move forward and, you know, really enjoy your Thanksgiving knowing that you left it all out there, a full serving
of offense and defense for the Lady Rams tonight. On the flip side, for Van Buren, at different times in the game, they were able to showcase some spurts and ability to defend. They certainly have the length, and you feel like this team, by the time they're at the midseason, they'll probably have some of these young players really folding into great form, like Brooklyn Wilkins. She was awesome, the freshman, getting her first ever action at the high school level tonight. Easton Weimer, too. You know, she's got the nice big body and knows how to use her size down low. She had a pretty decent game. But Anna Durliot definitely is the girl that, I mean, you've kind of identified. She's your best ball handler. She can shoot it pretty well, too. She's that spark and that energy, and she just brings a lot to the equation. So Van Buren's got a lot that they can showcase moving forward. But this was the Grace Walton show tonight, and not only is she putting in the work on the court in the offseason here tonight, she's going to be working, getting that time and a half tomorrow. So big kudos to Grace for doing a little bit of everything, not just in basketball but in life, making that money out here, getting the wins, and then making some cash too on the side. That will, though, wrap up our coverage here from the mountaintop. So from everybody at the OH Report, I do want to be one of the first to definitely wish you guys a very happy Thanksgiving, full of fun and friends and family and whatever it is that you choose to do to spend your Thanksgiving. Enjoy it the way that you and your friends, family, or whoever know how. Got to thank our generous sponsors, though, Quest Federal Credit Union, along with Chris Daris, Financial Advisor, Wilson Tire, Spherion Mid-Ohio, and BS Media Productions, and of course, Upper Sandusky High School and their athletic department for making this happen, that we're back here being at Upper Sandusky for every home game yet again. For our camera guy, Brandon Powell, and our producer, Adam Thompson, I'm Brian Skowronski, saying so long from Upper.